happy you're here. Good stuff. Greatest Ansvel. Vale in all vales. The most beautiful forest you'll ever see. Alright. Let's go. It's more like a big factory than a forest. Okay. in building habitable areas until after the populism systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we would need a full 1,000 years to make all this? It wasn't work, not dare rush either. Well, yeah, makes sense. And go and visit Aether yourself, you might ask, strictly for being aware or technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited. For evil ends, the result could be disastrous. There were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Idle. I lose the ability to communicate with her altogether. We beseech her to find people on Aether who could trust to help. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Hydelin would find someone who could help us. She did, and thought her power was waning. We were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, our knowledge of the heavens and the means to travel here to the moon. We certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. Shame you missed it. Is this about to teleport the residential area? Now the difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aether is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world, its reflections. I trust I am not alone in my retinence. Seems strange to you? More so than usual, I mean? I know he has a passion for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Should I remain here to see what else we can learn about the final days? Is he also doing the stealth quest with Urenji? Oh, you got caught. Oh no. He's gonna turn around now? Yep.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity. When Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life, I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain, brokered by my hand, were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine, her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in your decision and protect well those you can.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all! No matter. We've got our plans.
Truth, my reason for traveling Aether was to effect a plan of my own, one which may pave a way forward for us all. May I say, for there is no guarantee of success. It's the reason I set out alone, that failure should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standst before me with profound hand and open heart. It would be remiss of me to refuse my thy enmity, so I ask, would you thou join me in my endeavor? Sounds good. What's this? Get some armor and armor pieces. It's my 530 treat. Oh, I'm getting 530 treat. That's better than what I have. That is better than what I have. Wow, okay. I can't use my glamour here, though. I'll wait till I can use my glamour. I was quite glad for your company. D for accompanying me. Simple plan, true. We shall not be long away from Eastways Borough. Decision must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetheris. Make clear our resolve to the Loporrits. I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. An Albanza sponge eye, excellent. Which has to spy disintegration when crossing Zodiac's prison. Using a spell taught to me by Numa. I believe these will suffice for the gift I would fashion. Magic requires considerable consideration, however. When I prevail upon thee to stand watch, while to perform decapitation. I'll stand watch then, and look out for monsters. Here? No. Let's fixate on his work. How about an extra pair of hands then? I thought you would be away for far longer. Dire emergency, I said no such thing. But as you're here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running away, a companion of going ways, apparently. Much tell us of the final days. The problem, however, was that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest? Perhaps there's a way to slow him down. I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy the cold migrant carriages. Runaway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so we'll have no trouble finding him in the crowd. If it proves effective, he was there in greatest Enville. Last I saw him, let us split up and find him. Run away, he runs everywhere. Find either hide nor hair on of him. How did you fare? Well, let me have a look. Oh, you're right. I must wait until we get back. I have all the Aether credits now. Oh, I'm just missing one. It's probably from the main quests. what you must, but try not to hurt them. Come back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Do you guys really want to fight us? Really? You're gonna fight us? If we dallied all over almost sheer numbers, I say we knock these ones out and split up and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where our ghost waits outside. But things are going down. Good you're here. You must hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find your NJ.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Oh, come off it, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Heideland's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit, and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loperates to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
Oh, very like her.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charleyan Forum, yes?
What? How did you know?
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The Forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
we gonna go to war with Charleon? Is that what's gonna happen? Are we gonna have to go to war with Charleon? That would be interesting, right? Go tanking at the Nether Gate. Over there? Okay. I believe we went to the moon and back. We'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to the Camp Broken Glass and deliver a detailed report to Lucia. We very much to know how everyone is getting on here. We only just begun to treat the temporary prisoners when we left. Sheer curiosity about warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. Speak not only of the contingent, of course, the heads of states of every nation must know what we have learned. We know not when or where, in what manner the final days began to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Though we may wish to stress the importance of a discretion, must be public, be sent into panic, and that anyone in the position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Okay, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Good to see you all again. No worse for your loon adventure, I hope. You've done what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, might you tell us what's become of Garlemald in our absence? Instead of doing the tempered inside the Tower of Babel, we took many alive, but combined with those who already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. Will the tempered be relocated? they found them, they wouldn't not likely live to tell the tale. I suppose you're right. We'll continue this next time on Final Fantasy XIV. Lots of tests happen on the moon. See you next time.